show starts in 10,
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Fight fans, this is the 13th round where we discuss all things boxing that are boxing. And on this edition of the 13th round, we will recap all of last weekend's big boxing action. We will also preview or go over the Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury open workouts. We have an upset alert as there is a new favorite for upset of the year, and also a boxing great has called it a career. All that and more on this edition of the 13th round. So sit back, relax, and hit the like button. All right. We have an upset alert. First things first. Big news of this past weekend was Jaime Munguia not only losing, but getting chin-checked by the Frenchman Bruno Saras. Now here at Rounds Boxing Club, you got to excuse me, we're going to call him Bruno Sarachi. You got to put a little bit something on the end of that, Saras. So we're going to call him Bruno Sarachi. But Jaime Munguia got humbled in front of his hometown of Tijuana, Mexico. Jaime Munguia started off landing good clean shots and floored Bruno Sarachi early in the second round of their bout. Sheesh, did you see that left hook? Man, that left hook from Jaime Munguia knocked Sarachi all the way into the camera. We got to see that one just one more time. Ooh-wee. But look, so Bruno Sarachi went on to get up, and he started having some success and landing effective punches around round number 4. Sarachi's confidence began to grow with each clean shot landed on Munguia. Now, Bruno was able to land the biggest punch of his career in round number 6, and we have the footage. Damn. Hey, that boy hit Jaime Munguia. He knocked Munguia clean out his shoes. Munguia left his shoes and went to the other side of the ring. Damn. boy Bruno Sriracha, when he hit Munguia, he should have said, "That's my bike, punk." God damn. He looked like Debo when he hit him. You remember how Red went in the air when Debo hit him? When Red came over there asking for the bike back? Shit, that's how Bruno Sriracha hit Jaime Munguia. Hold on, one more time. Watch how Munguia left his shoes. He looked just like Red. That's my bike, punk. But, this was a major upset in boxing as Jaime Munguia had really climbed up the ranks and started to make a name for himself, especially after the performance he put on against Canelo Alvarez. Though he lost, Munguia went down early and showed the heart of a champion in that fight with Canelo. But man, Bruno Sriracha just put the world on notice, and Jaime Munguia you had to lay $4,000 just to make $100 if you would have bet money line on Jaime Munguia, and Bruno Sriracha on the money line was a plus 1,200. So Bruno Sriracha knocking out Jaime Munguia is a definite candidate for knockout of the year. I mean, not knockout of the year, but a definite candidate for upset of the year. But that is a candidate for knockout of the year as well. So we will see when we have our end of the year, New Year's show where we give out all our State of Boxing awards. But boxing fans can be the worst, man. I was having a conversation with another boxing fan, and he stated that Jaime Munguia lost a tomato can, and a tomato can being Bruno Sriracha. Now, newsflash, Bruno Sriracha is now 26-0, and from my boxing expertise, you cannot be a tomato can and be 26-0. You can't be undefeated and a tomato can if you got over 15 fights. If you are 15-0, I do not consider you a tomato can. That's a harsh word just to throw around anyway. I have major respect for fighters. I'm not going to say I've never used the term cab driver, tomato can, or, anything like that. But, that's a harsh term to throw around. But to call Bruno Sriracha a tomato can when he just beat arguably one of the best super middleweights in the division is, a bit much for me, So, I just wanted to say boxing fans can be harsh, and I just had to check that guy. One of my partners was talking. I had to check him on that, man. I don't think Sriracha is a tomato can. I think he's game. I don't know if he's gonna be like a doorkeeper or a big name in super middleweight, or maybe this is just like a one-time phenomenon. But at 26-0, yeah, you are not a tomato can. So in other action this weekend, we had Muradjan Akhmadaliev knocked out Ricardo Espinosa via third round technical knockout. Now, Muradjan also pleaded for a fight with Naoya Inoue. I mean, he pleaded for a fight in the post-fight interview, and he's been calling out Naoya Inoue. So, I got some footage. Look, I ain't just making these things up. MJ been calling out Naoya Inoue, and we want to see the fight.
Inoue, stop ducking me. One fight, Uzbek power coming. Let's go, champ.
That will be a great fight if we can get Muradjan Akhmadaliev versus Naoya Inoue in 2025. And speaking of Naoya Inoue, Inoue's Christmas Eve bout against Sam Goodman has been postponed until January 24th. Now, we will see if that fight with Naoya Inoue and Muradjan Akhmadaliev will develop, after that Naoya Inoue versus Sam Goodman bout. We have to see how that bout turns out. Also, Saturday night, Natasha Jonas outpointed Ivana Habazin. Natasha Jonas cruised to a unanimous decision victory over Ivana Habazin Saturday night. Also on that card was Lauren Price, who knocked out Becky Matus in round number 3. Lauren Price went on to call out Natasha Jonas, and these two women, this is what I love this. Look, Natasha Jonas and Lauren Price did not waste any time. They both kind of got face to face. Lauren Price called out Natasha Jonas. Then Lauren Price hopped in the ring after the Natasha Jonas bout. Both of them exchanged words. They got out of the ring Saturday. I got the notification Tuesday afternoon that Natasha Jonas and Lauren Price have already signed a contract to fight on March 7th. Now, maybe I think this was kind of like the ink was still wet, but they had the paperwork already drawn up. Ink wouldn't dry yet, but just in case both of y'all win, y'all gonna fight March 7th, because this just happened like boom, 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 you know, and shit, I can appreciate it. That's gonna be a wonderful fight to see Lauren Price step up in competition, and she's been wanting Natasha Jonas for a minute, so we'll see how Natasha Jonas fares March 7th against Lauren Price. Should be a banger, and from what I'm hearing, they are trying to make this whole card female fight card. So March 7th, fellas, get your cologne out. It will be ladies' night. Now, last week, didn't I tell you Muradjan Akhmadaliev was going to get the knockout and Natasha Jonas was going to win by decision? If y'all don't remember, look, I got receipts today. Look, I got receipts. This is what I gave a free prediction on our last. It was last week, but it was our last live stream, and I got the footage of me telling you guys what to bet on Saturday night. It's a good two-leg for you. You got Muradjan Akhmadaliev by knockout and Natasha Jonas on the scorecards. That's a free 2-pick from Rounds Boxing Club. Thank me later. All right. And ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while, but we are about to head to our favorite part of the 13th round, which is betting on boxing. On this week's edition, we took Natasha Jonas to defeat Ivana Habazin by decision, and we also took Muradjan Akhmadaliev to knock out Ricardo Espinosa. And as expected, Natasha Jonas defeated Ivana Habazin on the scorecards, and Muradjan Akhmadaliev knocked out Ricardo Espinosa in round number 3. $16.93 in total wagers gave us a total payout of $33.26, giving us a grand total profit of $16.33. Cha-ching! I told y'all. I told you. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't do the most with that bet. I probably won a half a tank of gas, but hey, better than losing. The point is, I was right about the prediction. You know, we try to keep that percentage up here at Rounds Boxing Club. A bit of not so shocking, but for me, sad news. The reason I got on this blue and gold in representation of Ukraine more than the Los Angeles Rams, and more so in representation of high-tech Vasily the Matrix Lomachenko. Vasily Lomachenko announced his retirement earlier today. High-tech Vasily the Matrix Lomachenko is calling it a career. Now, I'm a little hurt by this myself. You know, I'm not going to kid you. Those of you who know me know that I am one of the biggest Lomachenko fans. First time I saw Lomachenko fight, I watched him fight Gary Russell Jr. A fight that was early in his career. That might have been like his 3rd fight. And Lomachenko was successful beating Gary Russell Jr., but I fell in love with Lomachenko as a fighter. I believe it was on the Mayweather-Pacquiao undercard. It was on one of those Mayweather undercards. I want to say it was Mayweather-Pacquiao around that time. And I think he fought Mariaga. I'm not sure who he fought, but Lomachenko put on a performance. I love great boxing. I love skills. I love angles. I love footwork. I like skills. And I fell in love with Loma as a fighter then, and he didn't do nothing but gain my respect more and more from there. You know, at one point, Lomachenko was called Lomachenko. He had all these fighters quitting on the stool. Nobody wanted any more. I mean, these undefeated fighters, I mean, these guys are saying, hell no, I quit. Nick the Axeman Walters was an undefeated fighter. Took that loss against Lomachenko, and that man retired for damn near 6, 7, 8, 9 years. He just came back in the last year or so. You know, and that was way back when. But that loss was that devastating. Lomachenko is a wonderful fighter, probably the best amateur boxer of all time. I believe he had an amateur record of 396-1. You have to fact check me on that. I know it's one loss. I'm not sure how many wins, but it's somewhere around 396, close to 400 wins in an amateur career. You know, anybody could lose in an amateur career. But to have 400 wins, but 396-1, and then the guy that he did lose to in the amateurs, he went back and beat the hell out of him a few times after that. So he did get his retribution. Loma also treated us to high action packed pro career fights. He didn't really duck any smoke. The Teofimo fight was a good fight. He wasn't successful in that fight, but that was a good fight. Loma fought Devin Haney. You got to keep in mind, Lomachenko was fighting 2 weight divisions over his natural weight. You know what I'm saying? And was still 1 fight away from being undisputed in the lightweight division. Loma is a 3-division champion. Loma won belts in the featherweight division, the super featherweight division, and in the lightweight division. I am shocked by this news, man. I really wanted to see the Lomachenko and Gervonta Davis fight. You know, that's really the last fight I wanted to see from Lomachenko. I didn't really expect him to do too much more after that fight, but somewhere I am not surprised. But this brings us to our question of the day. All right. Today's question of the day is, do you as a boxing fan feel that Vasily Lomachenko is a first ballot Hall of Famer? Once again, do you as a boxing fan feel that Vasily Lomachenko is a first ballot Hall of Famer now that he has called it a career and has retired from the sport of boxing? It's 1 a.m. in the morning. I'm not sure if we'll get any calls in, but we will open up the phone lines after this quick message from Mr. James, Lights Out Tony.
Yo, what's up? This is James, Lights Out Tony, the one only. Please go subscribe to Ron's Boxing Club. My people, great people. I guarantee you go to the gym, check them out. Lights out, baby, all day, every day.
All right, phone lines are now open. You can reach us here at Rounds Boxing Club. Phone number is 213-495-7337. Once again, that phone number is 213-495-PEDs. Here at Rounds Boxing Club, we do not condone cheating, but sometimes if you're not cheating, you're not trying. Hit us up. Phone number once again is 213-495-7337. Question of the day: do you as a boxing fan feel that Vasily Lomachenko is a first ballot Hall of Famer? Now, what I'm going to do is answer the question of the day. My answer to the question of the day is, you damn right Vasily Lomachenko is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I already talked about it earlier. Lomachenko is a 3-division world champion. He won championships in the featherweight, super featherweight, and in the lightweight division. Lomachenko also fought 2 weight classes above his natural weight. Lomachenko has beaten the likes of George Kambosos, Jermaine Ortiz, Richard Comey, Anthony Corolla, Mayashiro Nakatani. Who else he beat? Luke Campbell, Jose Pedraza. He beat Jorge Linares, Nick Walters, Rigondeaux. He beat Gary Russell Jr. Yeah, those are I've listed the names that he beaten were a lot of Hall of Fame boxers. Pause. And yeah, Loma finished his career, I believe, with an 18-3 record. He had 21 fights. I believe he had an 18-3 record to close out his career. He lost fights to Teofimo Lopez, who's going to be probably a future Hall of Famer. Devin Haney, who's on his way to be a future Hall of Famer. And arguably, some people believe that he won both of those fights. I feel like he at least should have got the draw in the Devin Haney fight. T.O. fight was close, but T.O. outworked Loma in that fight, so I'm not going to complain. Loma's career spanned from 2013 to 2024. That is an 11-year career. Ladies and gentlemen, in boxing, he has retired with all his senses, all his health. He's made a good bit of money. And right now, I will salute Vasily Lomachenko, and we made a tribute to my man, the Matrix, high-tech, Loma Vasily Lomachenko.
It's so hard to say goodbye to Vasily. I thought we'd see you fight Gervonta, but that moment's gone. It's gone away. It's so hard to say goodbye to Vasily.
Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk had their media workouts earlier today, and yeah, Fury came out. He reminded me of this whole training camp. He's been reminding me of Sylvester Stallone in Rocky IV. You remember when Sylvester Stallone in Rocky IV? That's when he was fighting Ivan Drago, and he went up to the mountains for his training camp. And he grew out that beard, and you actually could see it grow throughout the training camp. And it kind of reminds me of Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury's beard is big and full now. And Fury did not give us a lot in the media workouts. Him and Sugar Hill actually pulled an old okey doke, and they laced Tyson Fury up with the gloves, and Sugar Hill put on the focus mitts, and Tyson Fury came out like he was about to hit him, and pump faked us and didn't do anything and just raised his hands. And I'm not mad at him. Hey, he didn't want to give away anything. He did parade around the ring, doing all kind of chants and rituals, looking like a Viking from the Caucasoid Mountains. So, what I will tell you I'm excited about, I love to see what fighters wear in the ring. Now, Usyk normally wears the blue and gold. We know this. Fury had on an orange hoodie with orange shoes. Now, the hoodie doesn't mean anything, but the shoes, when you see like boxers before a fight having their media workouts and things of that nature, really, especially close to fights, if you look at their shoes, it kind of give you an idea of what they're wearing to the ring. So I believe Tyson Fury will be wearing orange and white for this fight. Will be different to see Tyson Fury big old self in the neon orange. But yeah, I check. I be peeping all that out. So I saw Tyson Fury had on orange shoes. He was probably wearing orange. Just wanted to give that away. That's something that I noticed. Usyk. Now he showed up in a boat to listening to the Titanic song. I think that was Celine Dion. My Heart Will Go On. But he threw about 10 to 15 punches in the ring, nothing special, and he got up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it was good to see all of the undercard fighters also have their media workouts. And on this media workout, they also had like a 5-fight card. No big fighters on the fight card, but that was just pretty cool to have in the media workout, to actually have, when that's over with, have an event and have, you know, sanctioned bouts for these fighters. You know, that's a big thing. Let's talk about Alexander Usyk's keys to victory in the rematch with Tyson Fury. I don't have as many keys to victory for Alexander Usyk as I did for Tyson Fury, being that Alexander Usyk was victorious in their first contest. But my first key to victory for Alexander Usyk is Alexander Usyk must withstand the early onslaught from Tyson Fury. I personally expect Tyson Fury to be on the front foot early, be a little bit more aggressive than he was in the first fight, and to come out with an onslaught and putting pressure on Alexander Usyk. Usyk's going to have to be able to use that footwork that he has and be able to cut angles, and we'll get to the second key victory half for Alexander Usyk. Alexander Usyk must set traps and turn angles, looking to catch Fury coming in aggressively, getting on top of that shoulder and then letting his punches go. That's if Fury is being aggressive. Usyk is going to definitely have to be able to turn angles on Fury and just not be in the range to be hit and keep Fury guessing, keep his feet moving, keep Fury moving, you know. And the third key to victory I have is to go back to the well. You know, you had a lot of success in the first fight. So a lot of Usyk's success came with the overhand left. That was the punch that in the 8th round shook Fury up, that busted his nose up and drew the blood. I don't know if it broke his nose, but that was the initial punch that started the damage. You know, after that big left hand from Usyk, you saw Tyson Fury start to wipe his nose a little bit. You know what I mean? He kept, you know, he was bothered by it. I don't know if his breathing was bothered, but I mean, blood flowing out your nose can't affect your breathing. That makes a lot of sense. And Tyson Fury slowed down in that 9th round. He got caught again with an overhand left, and that's the one that had him from pillar to post around the ring. So Usyk needs to go back to the well and throw that overhand left more often than not. And key to victory number 4, I kind of touched on it earlier. Usyk has to keep his feet moving in his fight. The goal is for Usyk to get to the championship rounds. Alexander Usyk is Mr. Championship rounds. In the fight with Tyson Fury, the first fight, he won majority of the championship rounds. I gave Tyson Fury round number 12. But in both of the Anthony Joshua fights, Usyk stole those fights in the championship rounds. I mean, he dominated those fights, but he secured those fights, just, you know, made sure that that fight was in his favor in the championship rounds. He did not let off the gas. He actually picks up in the 10th, 11th, and 12th rounds. So Usyk can keep those feet moving, stay on his feet, and prolong this fight into the championship rounds. He has a wonderful chance of winning the rematch with Tyson Fury. I cannot call it. This fight is really a 50-50 fight once again. And one thing's for sure, and two things is for certain. Both Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk are going to give us a happy ending, and it can go either way.
You know, here he is here. He's just kind of riding him a little bit.
Is as sticky as they come.
Higgs coming right behind him inside.
He's got guys coming down his face.
Feeling is the Cowboys probably coming right down their throats.
You have to like when there's a guy coming right in your face.
On Dak Prescott, he starts to come and then he pulls out.
Job getting rid of that football with that guy coming right in his face.
They're looking for a forcible blow.
And he's not going to come.
Does the Tooth Fairy come for 26-year-old?
You just got, sometimes just saying less is more. Look, it's going to be a great damn fight. All right. But Jaime Munguia, back to Jaime Munguia. He was once being kind of compared, not compared, but people were saying that Jaime Munguia was threatening Floyd Mayweather's 50-0 record. But Canelo Alvarez ended any chances of that ever happening. And now that Bruno Sarachi has knocked out Jaime Munguia, those comparisons were just downright ridiculous and hilarious. So, I just got to ask you, Floyd, how do you feel about, the media comparing you to Jaime Munguia?
These hating ass niggas can't fuck with me. It's like 4 to the 5, 5 to the 6. Hating ass niggas all in my mix. It's like 6 to the 7, 7 to the 8. The 38 specialist set these niggas straight. It's like 8 to the 9, 9 to the 10. This a freestyle, I ain't use no pen. We getting money, yep. We hustling, yep. We got them guns, yep. We buy the bar, yep. We got them cars, yep. We poppin' tags, yep. We ballin', yep. I said we ballin', yep. We getting money, yep. We hustlin', yep. We got them guns, yep. We buy the bar, yep. We got them cars, yep. We poppin' tags, yep. We ballin', yep. I said we ballin', yep. It's like King Dong, I'm like King Kong. I play bitch niggas like King Kong. Got a lot of cheddar, young Mayweather. Got my shit straight, get your shit together. Real cocky, real flashy. You in the wrong lane, you can't pass me. They see the cars, they see the chips, they see the hoes, they on my dick. I make it storm, I make it rain.
All right. On a really serious note, we have to appreciate this generation of fighters that we have fighting in boxing. Sometimes as boxing fans, we can be overcritical to the very individuals who put their lives on the line for our entertainment. 2024, here at Rounds Boxing Club, we have deemed 2024 as the year of the upset. And I am forecasting 2025 to be a big-ass retirement party, the year of the retirement. Right now I'm going to give you just a quick list of fighters that I expect or could foresee retiring before 2026. And the list is heavy, man. So like I say, we got to appreciate these fighters and not be so hard on them, man, because they're not going to be here forever. And the fighters that I believe will possibly retire in 2025, here we go. First, Tyson Fury. I can see Tyson Fury hanging it up maybe after a trilogy with Usyk or a fight with Anthony Joshua or Daniel Dubois. Depending on how this rematch goes, he might retire just after this fight. Anthony Joshua. Shit, after that loss to Daniel Dubois, he is on his way out. He might have one more big fight with Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder. He's out of there. Speaking of Deontay Wilder, he's another fighter that's probably going to retire in 2025. Also, Andy Ruiz. He has been so inactive. He fought like one time in the last 2-3 years. We'll probably see him again one more time next year, and I expect that to be it for Ruiz. One, if not both of the Charlos, Jamal is getting ready to fight. Jamel is gonna tune it back up. I expect him to tune it back up, but these guys are fighting and just laying off for so long. I can't see it. Also, we got Adrian Broner. I mean, he's kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but he hasn't all the way retired yet. So we'll put him on that list for possible retirements in 2025. Gervonta Davis has already said 2025 is his last year, but we'll kind of consider him 1 foot out, 1 foot in as well. Errol Spence, Errol the True Spence. Where is Spence? I can definitely see Errol Spence retiring after 2025. Another layoff, and that's over with. Then there's Terrence Bud Crawford. He's trying to cash out now and get the Canelo fight in May. He get that fight. I doubt he fights again. Most likely this is Crawford's last year in boxing. Canelo Alvarez, this could be Canelo Alvarez last year. He could hang it up after September and he's riding into the sunset. I don't see the same fire in his eyes anyway. Keith one-time Thurman. I mean, he's kind of officially retired, but he hasn't officially retired. So, I can see him retiring. Oscar Valdez. I can see Valdez retiring. We got Dillian White. Dillian White can retire in 2025. Derek Chisora. He can retire in 2025. Xylee Big Bang Zhang. He's getting long in the tooth. His ass might retire in 2025. Ismael Barroso is the oldest damn fighter in boxing probably. He's probably going to retire in 2025. Jose Pedraza, he's been around the block. He got a fight scheduled. They set him up for nothing but ass whoopings for the rest of his career. We'll see how long he continues to take them. I can see him retiring in 2025 and possibly Alexander Usyk. Usyk is older than Fury. I can see him retiring in 2025. So I said all that to say, hey, boxing fans, let's appreciate the fighters we do have. Sometimes we are overcritical, and I can be so myself. I have been hard on Shakur Stevenson, but at the same time, he kind of deserved it for the De Los Santos fight and the Autumn Haratunian fight. We ain't gonna even get into that because that's not what this show is. That's a whole nother show, a whole nother topic. Look, we're gonna give you our Vasily Lomachenko tribute one more time, as this episode is dedicated to one of my favorite fighters who has called it quits, Vasily Lomachenko. Wonderful career, buddy. Thank you for your contributions to boxing.
It's so hard to say goodbye to Vasily. I thought we'd see you fight Gervonta, but that moment's gone. It's gone away. It's so hard to say goodbye to Vasily.
All right. What we're going to get ready to do right now is rock out before we clock out and shout out a few of our subscribers. Here we go. Shout out Mr. Mechanical. Shout out DBC Heavyweight Boxing. Shout out my man Trizzy Dollars. Shout out Salvador Pinata. Shout out Ray Walker. Shout out to the MGE Network. Shout out my man Bernie the Boxer. Shout out James Lights Out Tony. Shout out Mr. Theo. Big ups to Bliss Matthews. Shout out to my people, the Gadfly Gang. Big shout out to Eddie. NASCAR Hitman Herb. Big shout out to the House of Marquee. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 13th round. I'm your host, Coach Rounds. You know the drill. As always, like, subscribe, Protect yourself at all times. We out. Peace.